Hi folks, Speedway Tag here again with another game review. I want to take you quickly through this great roll and write game called Rolling Ranch by Thundergriff Games. Plenty of videos have been posted showing you how to play this game, so I'll only go through that very quickly because the main point of this video is to show you how its expansion called Hey There fits in to this game and whether I think it makes it better or not. But Rolling Ranch, as I said, is a fantastic roll and write game. The theme of it is you own a farm and all your animals have escaped and you've got to now spend the day going and collecting them and getting them back into their pens, which are here on this absolutely beautiful looking pad that we draw the animals in on. This pad, as you can see the different pens of your farm. They've got the hard black line around them, and you've also got so you'll be putting animals back in these pens. You've also got on the side here buildings to reconstruct and put them back together after the storm, and so those buildings will also be appearing here on your farm. Then you've got the scoring information on the left there. The way the game works, it's roll and write, so there is dice involved. And so the way you get your animals back in their pens is by rolling these two beautiful dice. The quality is really nice, they're very big, and you roll them. And what's going to happen is it's going to come up with two animals. So there we have a pig and a cow, and it's also going to come up with two numbers, a 3 and a 6. And it's also going to come up with resources. There's a nail and there's 3 bits of wood. And depending on the combinations you choose with those two dice, that's what you're going to mark in on your sheet. So for example, with that roll, I can draw a pig in a pen with a number 6, or I can draw a cow in a pen with a number 3. So they match up that way. Or I can forego drawing any animals this turn and just collect the resources and draw and mark off a nail and 3 wood here on the buildings. As you can see, there's a nail and wood to be marked off on this barn, these 2 barns. This is a warehouse and it needs 1 nail and bits of wood. And these are greenhouses, which also need nails and wood. And when you complete these buildings by choosing those resources here on the die each time they're rolled, when you complete them, you draw them in here. And as you can see, they'll give you special abilities to use during the course of the game to help you mitigate the dice, basically to get the animals that you really want, especially towards the end of the game when it gets quite tricky to get the animals that you really need. So let's say on this turn, I'm going to choose to draw a pig in a pen number 6. So I have a look at my sheet here, and there's a 6 here, and I might want to draw my pig here. Okay, so I've got a pig there now, and then we would roll the dice again. The other players would do the same on their sheets. You can play this solo as well, obviously, because it lends itself to that, and there's a solo pad here which helps you keep a track of turns, and it's set up in the course of seasons. So, and there's events that come in with that as well. So the solo game has got these little variations, but pretty much plays the same way. It's really fun solo as well. Also, at the start of the game, you're also going to get one of these objective cards, like most games do. And while you're marking animals back into their pens over here, you might also be wanting to go for some of these objectives. So this one would say you'll get an extra 4 points if you can get 10 chickens on your sheet, or 6 buildings on your sheet will get you 7 points. On this one, it's telling you if you can get 4 pens with only chickens in them, you're going to get 4 points, and so on. So you can work towards these objectives as well. Let's roll the dice again and see what happens. So this time I've got a chicken and a cow. So once again, I can draw a chicken in a 1 pen, or I can draw a cow in a 1 pen. Or I can choose to take all those 5 bits of wood, which would be pretty good because it would almost complete a greenhouse here. But I might draw another animal. So the cows are pretty good. They're good for scoring. So I'll draw a cow in pen 1, and we go on like this. So there's a how do I draw a cow? Oh, here we go. That's not bad. I've drawn a cow in pen 1. Okay, and you'll keep going like this. This sheet obviously is going to fill up pretty quickly with animals and buildings. At the end of the game, when someone has actually completed every single hex on their sheet, you go to scoring. And the way you score each pen. If you manage to get, if you've got different animals in a pen, they'll all score just 1 point. But if you've got the same animal in a pen, you're going to go according to this table here. So for example, if I've got 4 cows in a pen and there's only cows in there and it's completed, I'm going to get 15 points and so on. So it's better if you do get the same animal in each pen. The buildings also are going to give you points, as you can see here. For example, if I get one of the greenhouses on my sheet, I'm going to get 5. But if I get all 3 of the greenhouses on my sheet, I'm going to get 20 points. See, and there's 3 greenhouses here to build. And so on. So, as I said, this will fill up with more and more animals, and that's how you go. We just keep rolling the dice. This time, I might... oh, here's an interesting thing that's happened. Breeding. When there's 2 hearts, there's a heart on both die, you get to breed. So, if I had another pig in here, just later in the game, if I had another pig in there, the fact that I've rolled 2 hearts here means I can breed. So any pen that's got the 2 of the same animal in it will create another animal. In other words, will breed. So I'd be able to get another free pig in there. And look at that! I've completed that. I would have completed that pen with only pigs in it, and I would score much better for that. Okay, so that's how Rolling Ranch plays, and I have to say it's great as it is. Really, even without the expansion, there's plenty to think about when you're playing this game, and I really like being able to manipulate the dice with these buildings and to try and get the animals where I want them. There's plenty there with these objectives as well, as you can imagine, to keep your mind going and keep you focused. There's no super need for an expansion, but it's always fun, as you know. We board gamers love expansions most of the time. And so I want to show you how Hey There, the expansion, works out. So it comes in this little package here, Hey There. Comes with another little set of cards, and most importantly, it comes with a pink die with more stuff on it. So when you're playing with Hey There, what's happening here is you will roll all 3 dice on each turn. Okay, let's say I roll the Hey here. Okay, so once again, players get to make a choice here with Hey There. You can do what you normally do, as I explained before, with these 2 dice, or you can forego actually using those if you want to do what the pink dice says. On this occasion, it's telling you to draw a bale of hay somewhere in here. So if I draw a bale of hay, let's say I draw one here. Draw a bale of hay, right? And if over the course of the game, if I draw more bales of hay around the place, and if I've got the most bales of hay on my sheet at any stage, I take this card, which tells me I've got the hay majority. And when you've got the hay majority, you put this card in front of you, and now you have access to the number that turns up on this pink die. In other words, now I can put a chicken not only in a 1 pen, but I can also put the chicken now in a 3. So it gives you another option, more options for placing animals where you need them to go. Really important at the end of the game, very handy. There are other great things on this die though, because if a raccoon comes up, right, that raccoon's going to eat one of your hay bales and can ruin your majority. A dog can come up, he's got the shield there, and the dog, you draw the dog next to one of your hay bales, and it will protect that hay bale from the raccoon. And also the dog will score. The dog scores, it'll get 1 victory point for each surrounding bale of hay. So if there's bales of hay surrounding where you put your dog, you're going to get extra points for that, which is really handy. And also you've got a rooster in here somewhere. Yeah, this is the rooster, and the rooster is called the royal rooster. Acts as a chicken as well, so it'll contribute to your chickens in the pens. But also you're going to get 1 extra victory point for every chicken that is surrounding that rooster wherever you draw it in here. So, for example, if I've got the rooster here, and I've got a chicken here, 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 and here as well, that rooster is going to score me 4 points because of those chickens that are surrounding it. And same with the dog, as I said. If I had the dog here, gee, that's a bad dog. Right, I'm getting points because it's for 3 extra points because there are bales of hay surrounding the dog. Something more to think about: the hay majority, which is good points at the end. That I'll just check that the hay majority gets you. Let me see. It'll get you 10 points, 10 victory points at the end of the game if you maintain the hay majority right through to the end of the game. You can lose it, of course, as other people get more hay on their sheet. Yeah, the rooster and the dog gives you more points as well. And yeah, this dice is also, as I said, handy because it gives you access to this extra number. So each turn we roll all 3 dice. We either draw the animals or the resources from here, from over there, or we choose to do what the pink die says. It just adds a little bit of variety into the game. I think it's fun. I don't think I'll play with it every single time, but it's nice to have it there as a variation on the game. And so that's what the Hey There expansion does for Rolling Ranch. This is a good game. This will get you thinking, and it's a lot of fun. It's almost unlimited amount of people can play as well. They just grab a sheet from this pad, and away you go. So that's Rolling Ranch with the Hey There expansion. See you next time.